My name is Zoe Sandoval, and this is my studio space. Here we have my altar and my home gallery space, my little home gallery, as well as we got the craft station for all the crafty goodness right next to my kind of computer work area. A bit about my personal history. I'm a Mexican Venezuelan media maker who's always been fascinated by photography and filmmaking. A lot of my work centers around kind of digging into personal history, intergenerational history. While I was an undergrad at UCLA, I shot a documentary about my grandparents' immigration to the United States on 16mm film. I loved the materiality of film and really learned the value of working with finite materials. My work right now is really part of a larger series that's about Venezuela, about nostalgia and memory, because my grandfather was a photojournalist in Venezuela in the 1940s and 50s, and so I inherited a large archive of photographs from him and have used them to kind of dig more deeply into my personal history, but also to kind of remix them and bring them into my work. Remnants of a Ritual was my MFA thesis installation. It incorporated my grandfather's photographs as well as my own reimagined visions of Venezuela. Style transfer is a subset of machine learning and computer vision that allows you to transfer the style of an image onto another. So you essentially create a model of an image and then you can kind of transfer it onto another image. And so what I did is I started to find a catalog of images that reminded me of Venezuela, that were very colorful and vibrant. And I used that as a model and then did style transfer onto my grandfather's photographs. And what came out were essentially a series of painterly, magical, vibrant, and chromatic images that really evoked the Venezuela that I remembered. My creative practice centers a lot on ritual and creating meaningful and intentional routines. I really thrive in having structure, and so I like creating rituals that help me move forward in my practice. So whether that looks like kind of like a weekly blogging or bi-weekly blogging ritual about what I'm doing in my life and my creative practice, or having more kind of introspective and personal reflections by using tarot. I think ritual has a lot of power and potential in that it creates and forms habits, and it brings us into a really present state. And that kind of thoughtfulness is something that I feel like we're really longing for in these really chaotic times. Ritual also finds its way into my installations and the experiences I create. I often have participants enact a ritual as part of the installation. So in Remnants of a Ritual, participants are invited to write love letters to the unknown, to a place they can no longer return to, or to someone they haven't met before. And so the act of writing a love letter in the installation is a ritual. The act of penning it, of leaving it to become crystallized and part of the installation is in itself a ritual process. Right now I'm working on a series of folded paper sculptures that are made of money. The Venezuelan currency that I'm using, the bolívar, has no value right now. It is, because the inflation rate is over 1,000,000%, it is worthless. And part of my practice and part of the ritual folding processes that I've been doing is how can we reimagine, how can I reinvent what the worth and value is for that currency. It's really interesting to be working with money right now, right? We're about to have the world's first trillionaire, which feels impossible and unreal. What is the value of money right now? So many people are having a hard time paying rent or getting food because of lack of work, because of the system of capitalism that we live in today. And a lot of my work with money is interrogating, what does it really mean? And how can we reimagine its worth and its value? I feel like the work that I make for others is also the work that I make for myself, in that it's about introspection and presence and calm. And so I find that in making the work for currents or making the work to be shown to others, I'm finding catharsis. It's really meditative for me and has been really grounding in this time of chaos and uncertainty.